Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K. Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here continuing to work on the hashtag Little Bits of Lace 2024 challenge started by Cori Dahmen. I do have Cori's video listed below in my description box, along with all of my previous episodes on this subject. I've been coming up with lots of ideas on how to use up little bits of lace in our junk journals. And I'm getting close to being done, mainly because my journal is getting very full, my lace idea journal. But I had a couple more videos that I wanted to do before I finish it up. And today I thought I would talk about altering guest checks and using little bits of lace on altering them. And you can pick out, you can buy guest checks. I bought these, I think, at Walmart. And so what I did here is I did take two of them off of the pad and I glued them together just for a little extra stability. You could also just take one and glue it onto like a coffee dyed paper or a digital, something like that. But I did like the fact that there was writing space on the backs of these particular ones, so that's why I just glued two together. And the next thing I want to do is I think I'm just going to ink my edges on these. And I do know that there is red up here, and my journal's kind of more shabby chic, but I'm just going to run with it. There are, I believe, a few digital designers out there that have made guest checks in the pink color. So if you have those and you're working on a shabby chic journal, those would probably be perfect for this project. But I'm just using, again, kind of what I have in my stash. And I just thought we could decorate a few. We could do a little collaging on here and adding a piece of lace or two, just to add these as a little extra ephemera item into our journal. And I was going to stick one of these in. We had done like those banners and flags and pennants a few episodes ago, and I just thought I could stick one of these under one of those spots in my journal. I'm probably just going to use one of these in my journal, but I'm not quite sure yet which one. But I figured we could decorate two together just for fun. So I'm kind of in the mood to play a little bit. I did pull out some items that I want to use on these so that it's, you know, I've somewhat prepped for today's video to hopefully make it go a little bit faster. Okay, I think that's good enough for me. And I do have a couple of like torn pieces of paper. And I think I'm also going to add a little ink to these. This one's a German book. And some music paper that I pulled out. I have like one of those clear envelopes that I always keep. When I tear up music paper, I just put all my scraps in there, and I usually try and grab from there first before I start tearing a brand new sheet of music paper. So we'll maybe do something with those. I'm not quite sure exactly. Another piece of that German paper. But sometimes I like to just, you know, lay the pieces of paper down and just kind of play with them for a little bit once I start adding the elements. Just wanted a little bit of color on these. Again, I'm not quite sure if that's 100%. For one of these, I did pick out the My Porch Prints. Here's a journal card. I did pick that one out, and I picked this one out also. I'm thinking on both of these, I'm going to round the corners. And I think I'm also going to ink the edges. So those are kind of my paper elements, I think, for now. Oh, I do have one more. I also had this one, this little one. So we might as well round that one too. I'm thinking that one will go with that. So let's add a little bit of color to the edges. And I think I want to distress my edges a little bit. I'm just going to take my scissor and I'm just going to kind of distress the edges. And I'm just rubbing my scissors along the edge. These were printed on like lightweight cardstock, if anybody wants to know. So I like that. I think I'm going to do the same thing on these two. I'm just going to distress them just a little bit. I think on this little one, I'm going to add some eyelash trim to the back of that one. So I'll let that one dry for a minute while we kind of play around. I did have a couple different pieces of lace kind of sitting off to the side. Just different scraps sitting on my desk just to play with on these. Once I kind of decide to where I'm going to glue these down. So I have this piece. This one will have to be cut down, but it's a pretty little piece of lace right there. Just a scrap left over. I think that's the front side of it. So I kind of like that a little bit for a layout. And maybe I'll put some eyelash trim behind this one. But let's kind of alter that. I always like to leave a little bit showing just so that you know that it's a, that you're altering a guest check. Let's see, this one. I did have this little scrap here. I do kind of like the contrast of the little bit darker lace with the white lace. And I also have this flower left over from another piece of lace. Or I have still some of this one left that I could add. But I'm thinking in my head I kind of had a layout kind of like that. Or I also had this crochet trim idea that I could add. But I think I like that layout. So I'm going to call that one good. And I will glue that one down in a minute. But let's play with this one. With the little bits that I have laying around. So again, we can, so I'm thinking, something like this for layering the pieces of paper. And we just need to add in, something like that maybe, or that. I think that's dry enough. I can just set that down. I'm just trying to decide if I want, something like this maybe showing through. And that doesn't look too bad. Or if I wanted more of a panel lace. I still had this scrap left over. That doesn't look too bad. Or just a little bit hanging out under here. I like that. That's a possibility. Or I could do this trim underneath it. I think I like this one. Then I could also, if I wanted to, I guess I could add that to the very bottom. I could actually add that probably to the bottom of both of these. I think there's enough. Yeah, there's enough. So we'll add that to the bottom of both of these. So I did have this one little scrap left, so I don't know what that would look like just to use it up on one of these. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm going to put that one on that one right there. So this one I'll cut off a little bit when I glue it down because it's a little too long, and then same with this one. I'm going to go ahead and glue everything off camera so you guys don't have to watch me glue today. And I will be back to show you the finished altered guest checks with little bits of lace, and then we'll go ahead and put one of them into my journal. So I've glued everything into place, and again I took one quick look at my desk to see if there was anything else I could add, and I have this little trim left over that was sitting on my desk, so I think I'm going to cut it a little bit more, and I'm going to add it right here onto this altered guest check. Then I think I'm ready to call both of these good. And so I'll hold them up so you guys can check them out after I've glued everything down. There's that one. And here's this one. I like both of them. I don't know what you guys think. And so I'm going to find my journal here. And so here's the pages in my journal, and I was thinking I could stick one of the guest checks underneath this spot right here. We'd done this on a previous episode where we added lace to this little, I don't know if you want to call it a pennant or a little page flag. And so let's just check out both of these and see which one looks better. And I kind of like that one. That one looks cute under there. And also that one. I think I like both of them, but I think I'm going to go with this one with the roses on it. I think I like that one slightly better under here, the look of that one. So one last look of the altered guest check in my journal page, or on my journal page. Thank you again, everybody, so much for watching today. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you back for another episode. Until then, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.